I've started making microphones for QRP transceivers like QMX, uSDX, KX3 and so on, and it's going well. I've sold a few and people are enjoying them. So I thought you may like to see how I put them together, and I've had another order today. Here it is. Let's take a look at the order and see what the customers asked for, and then get the bits together and assemble the microphone. Here's the paperwork for the order. And I can see that he's asked for a double socket with the shelf clip and cable. That's the standard package. And he wants the body colour to be blue and the accent colour, that's the front circle and the back cover, to be grey. So let's see if I've got the parts. So let's get the parts I need. I have a box of bodies ready prepared here. Here's a blue double one which has 2 holes in it for the sockets and the little cap. So let's put that ready. And now the grey accent colour. So here's some backs, and there's a grey back, so that's ready for it. And now I need an accent colour circle. Here's a grey circle. That looks okay, so let's put that ready. So then I also have a nice colour blue button that should match the microphone nicely. So I think I've got the main parts of the microphone ready, and now I just need to find the components. I need 2 sockets and an electric capsule, which I'll get in a moment, and I'll show you that when I'm putting together. So now I'm going to start assembling the microphone. The first thing I'm going to do is just check the microphone body and pop in the accent. Here it is, the grey circle, and that just slots into its holder. I'm going to press it down, so that's now got its nice coloured accent. So the next thing I'm going to do is insert the 2 sockets, one in here, and they go this way up with the ground contact downwards, because that makes it easiest to solder it all up. And then I'm going to put these 2 nuts on, and to help me with that I'm just going to use a socket just to gently tighten them down. So let's do that before I go any further. The next step is to fit the button, and that should fit neatly into the hole. I've just angled the contact slightly again to make it easy to connect, and there it is. And now I need to fit the nut, which is a bit tricky, but I shall get that in and spin it down. And I printed myself a little spanner to be exactly the right size, so I can just nudge that up just tight enough so it's not going to squeeze too hard on the plastic, but it fits perfectly. So I think the body is now almost ready. I just need to get hold of an electric capsule. So I'll be back in a moment with that. Okay, so here's the electric capsule. I need to get the ground wire towards the switch. It just pops into the hole and is a press fit. And to just push it fully home, I'm going to use the barrel of a socket which just fits nicely over it, and it will click in. There it goes. And now the microphone looks like it should, with a blue body, a grey accent circle, and the electric microphone in the middle. So all I need to do now is wire it up. Right, so I've finished wiring up the microphone, and you can see I protected it with capped on tape while I was wiring it, because I've got a hot soldering iron in my hand. So that's all wired up and ready to go and nicely done. So I've now connected it to my tester, and I can test the button and I can test the microphone. So let's take a closer look at that and test the microphone. Here's my tester, and what I have is a battery and a little PSU that's regulating the voltage to give the microphone 3.3 volts through a 2.2k resistor, which is the same as most of the radios do, certainly the QMX does. And the 2 side points of the socket are the tip and the ring of the mic, so I can reverse those and test the different scenarios. So now if I press the button on the side of the mic, I see the light go on. There it is. And you can see the microphone's working. It's actually picking up my voice, and I'm recording this on this Zoom recorder. If I touch the microphones on here, nothing really happens. You can actually hear the noise of me tapping being picked up over here, but because this line in disables these microphones, so it's definitely coming from this microphone. If I tap that, you can see a really big result. So I know the QMX and True SDX side is working perfectly. So now let's swap it over to the other socket. Now you can see that the cable is in the left socket, so that's for the KX3 or any radio that uses the tip of the plug for the microphone. And now if I press the button, the blue light comes on, and again you can see my voice moving as it's recorded into the microphone. So I know that the microphone is working, it's correctly wired, and it's safe to plug into any kind of radio. So now what I can do is just turn this off, turn the recording off, and if I remove the socket, remove the tape, and I can just put a cover. The person who's using this has asked for QMX, so I'm going to leave it set for that. So the QMX socket is exposed, and if he wants to swap it at any point, he can just slip this cover off and reverse it and use it with the other type of radio. So that's all ready to finish off now. So now I'm just going to put the back on, and that's an easy snap fit. Snap. So the microphone is finished and ready. So let's get it packed up for the customer. We're ready to pack the microphone now, and I've got some expert assistance, so let's get started. So what's the first thing you're going to do?
Okay, I'm going to start by wrapping things in tissue so that they are protected in the post. That's the microphone.
Yeah.
So that's going in the box. That. And then an extra piece of tissue for packing.
All that.
And the little shelf support.
And the shelf support has some double-sided tape on to stick to a shelf, which is helpful.
So that also goes in the box. That, and then that gets folded in. So there we are, it's all closed up. So this was a blue with grey. See on there? Blue with grey. And it was a double. There we are, and just put a little open label on that end to show where to open. Expose the tape, put that in the outer box. And then the cable, also in tissue. Sits there. Invoice inside. And it's folded down and stuck down, and there we are, all done.
So the package is ready, and all I need to do now is put the postage label on and hand it to the postman, and hopefully it'll get to the customer soon. So in the first 10 days we've sold quite a few microphones. We've sold at least 3 to the USA, 1 to Australia, several into Europe including Germany, and a few in the UK. So people are interested, and I'm getting some great feedback. One person wrote to me and said, "I love it," and that really pleased me. Anyway, and I've been using mine too. Today I tried my microphone with my QMX, and I had a great conversation with a portable station in Ibiza. And I was just using 5 watts. He said he could hear me really loud and clear, and it was great. And you will have heard too in this video, there was a section where the sound was just coming from this very microphone in the box. So if you would like one, all you need to do is go to our website, q26.co.uk. Take a look at the pictures and the information, and click the buy button when you're ready, and then you'll see the options. Choose your options, the colors and so on, single or double microphone, and then click add to basket. You do need to add the shipping separately, so press the shipping button and add that to basket for your country. There are options inside that button. And great thing about that is you only need to do it once. You can order more than one microphone, you just need one lot of shipping. So add the items to the basket, add the shipping last, and then confirm and pay. If it goes wrong, don't worry about it, just email me and I'll help you sort it out. I hope you found this interesting. I hope you may like the microphone and want to try it. It works really well with the QMX, the uSDX, the KX3, any radio that needs an electret microphone. So give it a try if you fancy it. I'd love to hear from you. If you have any feedback or any questions, please get in touch. And I'll be back soon with more videos about radio, electronics, and maybe more news about my microphone or anything else I'm thinking of making. So thanks for watching.